If you've ever worked with proxies, you've probably heard the term residential proxies. But what does it actually mean? How are they different from regular ones? Let's figure it out. Residential proxies are IP addresses that belong to real users. In other words, they're issued by internet service providers to ordinary people and tied to their devices, computers, routers, or even smartphones. Don't confuse residential proxies with mobile proxies. In the case of residential proxies, we're talking specifically about ISPs, not mobile network operators. Also, unlike server proxies, often called data center proxies, which belong to servers and are easy to flag as artificial, residential proxies look just like ordinary users. This makes them far less suspicious to websites. So why all the fuss? Residential proxies are used where maximum natural masking is needed, scraping search engines, collecting prices from online stores, creating and managing social media accounts, bypassing restrictions and blocks. Server proxies perform much worse at these tasks. The main advantage of residential proxies is high anonymity and greater trust from websites. The downside? They're more expensive and slower compared to server proxies since the traffic goes through a real device. So here, it's a bit of a trade-off. But theory is theory. Practice is better. Let's see in reality how server and residential proxies differ. For this, we'll create two profiles in the anti-detect browser Octo Browser. For one, we'll use residential proxies, which we'll buy right here in the proxy store. For the other browser profile, we'll use regular server proxies, which I already have. We create a profile with residential proxies.
So remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off.
And one with server proxies. Then we launch both profiles and start testing. First, let's go to whatismyipaddress.com. Here, we're interested in the extended IP metrics. If the system detects that the proxy belongs to server infrastructure, it will highlight that. As you can see, in the case of residential proxies, the system shows that the IP belongs to a Brazilian ISP. Meanwhile, for the server proxy, it states it's a VPN service and even gives the name of the data center owner. Let's run a second test, this time using IP2 location. I've already prepared the pages with the same IPS. Let's check the results. As you can see, the server proxy is immediately marked as a data center proxy, with the same owner listed. For the residential one, it shows they use cable internet, which indirectly confirms it belongs to an ISP. And finally, the third test with Scamalytics. Here, it's the same story, no surprises. The service even highlights server proxies in red for us. For clarity, if you're checking whether a proxy belongs to a data center, look for metrics like DCH, data center, hosting, cloud, transit. These almost always indicate server infrastructure. If you see ISP, residential, fixed line ISP, that means it's a residential proxy. Now let's talk about pricing. Residential proxies are usually sold per gigabyte of traffic. There are also unlimited options, but those cost more. The more traffic you buy, the cheaper each gigabyte becomes. Server proxies, as I said earlier, are cheaper than residential ones. You buy a single IP address for a specific period. A few days, a week, a month, or longer. Same principle. The longer the period, the cheaper the price. To sum up, residential proxies are IPs of real people. They're more expensive and slower, but they give you reliability, anonymity, and confidence that the site won't flag multi-accounting. If you need a high level of trust from websites, residential is the way to go.